Hey VC, welcome to Tony's LPs or Us. Hope everyone's doing good. We are in Studio E where we have the Elvis light lit, so we're going to do a little video. This is an easy video for me to do because I'm not really doing any research on it. I don't have to pull a lot of records. These are things that I recently found at a yard sale and at a thrift shop. The things I found at the yard sale were very interesting because they were not records from my era. There weren't records from the 80s. There weren't records from the 90s. There were records from the 2000s. There were records from maybe a few years ago. There were really new albums, which you don't ever see as far as in this part of the country, in this state. You never see people selling their new albums. People who buy the new records, and I'm talking about, things that are contemporary for the last 4 or 5 years, 10 years. Those people are new collectors. They're not selling their stuff. The people that are my age or people that have passed away and the families are selling their things at yard sales, that's what you see. And that's what you see behind me. Mostly things from yard sales and collections I bought. And those records are 30 and 40 years old, at least. Some of them are even older. But anyway, I found some 45's. I even found a DVD, musically related. So I'm going to start off. I found some CDs. I'm going to start off with with what I got from my good friend Chuck. He went to see Buddy Guy a few weeks ago somewhere in Pennsylvania, and I told him if Buddy Guy is selling records that are signed by him, get me one, and that's what he picked me up, was this great record. This is a 1968 originally recorded in 1968, released on Verve in 1968. Later, it was released again in 2016 as a Record Store Day record. But this one is the new Analog Productions. Really great sound, really nice live Buddy Guy. And Buddy Guy has signed it, Buddy Guy 2025. I met Buddy Guy a few times. I have more records of his that are signed. Some he signed for me in person. Some I purchased on eBay, and some I purchased at concerts. Here is the record, beautiful reproduction of the Vanguard Gold, which I believe is the stereo gold. And here is the rear of this. And you even have an Ovi strip from Bluesville. It's Analog Productions. Buddy Guy, Buddy Guy at not even at his peak, 68. He got stronger after 68. His vocals, the miracle of Buddy Guy is that now at almost in his 80s, he still sounds the same. And of course, the guitar licks are still the same. So, and as a footnote, if you haven't seen the movie Sinners, which was recently released on HBO, I believe, or HBO Max. Sinners is a kind of a horror blues film that is based in Jim Crow South. And Buddy Guy has a cameo in this movie, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but Buddy Guy has a cameo. He's really cool. I think the cameo of him playing is actually at Legends, although they put up a different banner because of the character that he plays is not Buddy Guy, but it's another character, so they put up a different banner. But hats off to Buddy Guy. I met Buddy Guy, humble, generous, signed things for me when when his handlers told him don't sign for him. So I'll never forget. And I always, my favorite living blues artist right now, of course, is Buddy Guy. So we have that. So now we're going to move to some thrift shop finds. And then I'm going to go into these unbelievable yard sale finds that I found that if you're a Swiftie, you're going to get a kick out of this one. If you're a contemporary purchaser of new music, of colored vinyl music, you're going to be shocked at what I was able to find. And I found those on the way to this show. This is he is called the one of the oldest blues players that played at these Bucks County Blues Festival. And on the cover, on the jacket, on this front of this cover, you could call it, of this T-shirt, is original artwork by Dane. I did a video of Dane at the last Blues Fest, which is going to be, I'll talk about this when I get to those records. But this is Georgie Bonds. His nickname was Georgie Blacksmith Bonds, and he had just passed away. So when he passed away, as a tribute to him, they had Dane, who's a blues, rock, contemporary artist, well, contemporary for the last 45 years. Great guy, met him at the last show. He actually, they used one of his paintings for the artwork. So this is Georgie Bonds on here, so rest in peace. Okay, so thrift shop finds. We got this one was still in shrink, and this is one record I don't have. I never bought Boz Scaggs' Greatest Hits. This has Lido Shuffle on it. I'm not familiar with a lot of the other songs. This has an original inner, which is in fairly, VG condition. Has a little bit of a seam rip, but I'll put this in plastic. And so that was a really cool find at a thrift shop. And I found only one record at this particular location. So if I find one record, I'm pretty picky at what I'm buying lately because I have too much stuff. But if I find one or two records at a thrift shop location or at a yard sale, I'm pretty happy. This was also at a thrift shop, the first record, the only record that I picked up. This, as you know, is a very desirable Christmas record. These go for between, $40 and $80, depending on the condition. I haven't played this yet. The inner sleeve is a little bit torn and has it through the years. But this record by the Carpenters just sounds great, and it has a lot of pedigree on it. And I just noted that Ronnie Tutt is on this album. That's the drummer, of course, on Elvis's touring band. And I believe this is a Bernie Grundman mastered record. So this record sounds good. So if you ever see this record out in the wild and it's July and you're going, I'm not buying any Christmas records, pick this record up. It's a very valuable record. Also at this thrift shop, I was able to pick up some 45's. I went through about 50 of them. I found two. The Chevrons. This is Don't Be Heartless on the side I'm looking at. And on the side I'm looking at now is That Comes With Love, the Chevrons on Brett. And this is a pretty desirable 45. And then I found some cool monkeys. I found one, actually. I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. And then we have I'm a Believer, which was a Neil Diamond pen tune for the boys. So there we have it. Also picked up some CDs. This is a nice one. The Toughest, Peter Tosh on CD. And this has, I believe, Mick Jagger on it, on a track somewhere. Mick Jagger is featured. I haven't listened to this yet, but Mick Jagger is featured here. See Mick, and Mick had Peter Tosh on their label, Mick and Keith. You Gotta Walk and Don't Look Back, and Don't Look Back is on here. So maybe Bush Doctor. I know he did Legalize It. Don Presser, Man, Equal Rights. Just great. Happy to have this. Here's another one I don't have on album, which is available on album. John Lee Hooker, The Healer. This has a bunch of guest artists: Carlos Santana, Robert Clay, Ken Heat, Bonnie Raitt, Thorogood, and Charlie Musselwhite. So that's The Healer. Got these at a thrift shop. This one's signed Heather Maloney, Making Me Break. Don't know much about Heather Maloney, but a signed record, apparently from most of the people in her group. And of course, we have another Swiftie. And if you hold on, I'm going to show you a really beautiful Swiftie record that I picked up at a yard sale. So we have this Swiftie, Taylor Swift CD, which are pretty collectible. And then, which was weird because this was before Ozzy passed away, but I have a Ozzy solo record debut on CD. The back is different from the jacket on the album. This is the back of the jacket on the album there. And it's just a great record. Crazy Train, of course, is on this record. And this is one I don't have on record. I have most of Paul Simon's things, but not his later, more modern records. This is Surprise. I guess that's one of his children, which was a surprise. So I picked this up by starting to buy CDs again. I may do a whole segment on my CD collection. My CD collection, has a lot of great stuff on it. Then we're going to show some records now. These are records I picked up at the yard sale I was telling you about. So we have Jack White. These records are mint. I was going to this show. I left early because the actual music Blues Fest, the Bucks County Blues Fest, starts at 11. It goes from 11 to 8. I don't usually stay till 8. I'm burnt out by then. We're drinking IPAs. You're able to drink beer, get your folding chair out. You're able to bring coolers. Really cool that you're able to bring coolers. You're able to bring food. So, you're not at the mercy of an $8 or a $12 beer truck. If you want to support the beer trucks, that's fine. I bring my own. My friends bring their own. So we had about 6 guys that went. So anyway, on my way there, I took the back roads through Washington's Crossing, which is where Washington crossed to Delaware in the Trenton area. It's on Route 29 south. And I saw on the corner of my eye, this is Saturday morning around 10, corner of my eye, saw a yard sale. Young fellow was sitting there in the driveway. Went by too fast, and I said, Tony's LPs are us, turn around. It's always fear of missing out, right? FOMO. Turned around. It was cool that I turned around because he didn't have a lot of stuff out that I wanted. He had sunglasses. I did pick this up from him, this Marvin Gaye disc, which is pretty cool. I believe this is 2003. It's a Marvin Gaye concert that I haven't watched yet, but it's in surround and all that. So this was out. And then I said to him, which I always do, and I recommend you always do this at yard sales because you never know. Do you have any records? I'm looking for records. And I kept my car running. It was on his driveway. And he goes, yeah, my wife has records. I'll bring them down. So I go, wow, great. And after about 5 minutes, he came down with like a stack of records. And there was a lot of junk in there that I, just thumbed through real quickly. There was a lot of bands in there I didn't know. A lot of bands I kind of knew. 1 or 2 I did know, like this Taylor Swift I'm going to show you. So I go, this is great. So I'm just going to show you these records. I'm not going to go over, any of their history or anything like that because you all know it. But the first one is a great Lazaretto, Jack White. This is a great record. Heavy 180 gram vinyl. Has all the inner sleeve stuff. There's his label. This may even have a download card in it if they didn't use it. But there's the inner. This originally came with the download card, and that's the actual label and the black. Let me see if there's a download card in here. No, but this originally came with a download card because I did remember that. So that was a cool. This is a rare find for a yard sale. And then we have Bleachers, Strange Desire, Jack Antonoff. And everyone knows that Jack had a relationship with Taylor, and they would write together, and he produced, I think, 5 or 6 of her records. And here's the gatefold. I think this is colored vinyl. I'm not certain. This is translucent vinyl. Haven't listened to it yet. Really cool record. Yard sale find. Very, very rare to find these at a yard sale. This is cool. I don't have this. I'm not a Billie Eilish fan. I did know that she did a Bond song. I'm a big Bond fan. She did I think it was the last Bond song. Anyway, that won some accolades. Either was it a Grammy or I don't think it was best song, but Oscar. But it was an award winner. But this is still sealed. This is a Target glow-in-the-dark record. She looks like, the Exorcist on this record. So that glows in the dark, probably green. Here we have Selena ones. These are number ones. The great Selena, who is starring on Murders in the Building with Martin Short and George and Steve Martin on Hulu, I believe. Really great show. If you haven't seen it, I'll pull these out. This comes with all the goodies, all the inners. And there's that white. I think I put this in one myself. Also has the inners in here. They get jammed when you pull them out of the gatefold. Here we have a poster that looks like it has tape on it. So this is a Selena poster. This may be from a record store. I'm not sure. Here you have the cool label with the picture disc. So you have the Selena ones picture disc, and I guess the other ones are picture discs as well. I thought I took it out, but I did not. So these are picture discs, and very nice. Don't have any Selena. Put this back. And while I'm at this level of the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed, and all my friends out there. And always support your VC channel, people. It's a lot of work. It's fun work. It's good work. But you do have to take records out. You have to research. You have to put the records back. You have to, you're actually sharing your passion, and that's what we do. We like to share, what we like and what we hope what you like. The next up is the rare one, I believe, a Folklore. This is this cover. There's different variants. Don't know all about this record. Taylor Swift. This record's mint. I did play this record, and it sounds phenomenal. It is. She is sitting on a bench, sitting on a stool, right there in front of you, and I was really impressed with the sound quality. And this is on like a lavender, like a field of lavender. This is a field of a lavender record. There's the inner. There's the liner notes with the lyrics. And we also have a second record in here. And here's the inner for that. And then we have the second record, which I need to put these in MoFi sleeves. So I think that's it. So we really did good at that yard sale. I think I did good at that thrift shop. I got some nice 45s. So when you see that yard sale, turn around, take a look, ask the proprietor, the person running the stand, hey, do you have any records? And also, if there's a kid selling lemonade there or selling, soda or water, try to accommodate that child, makes them feel good, really does good, and usually get a better deal with the people who are running the yard sale. So it may work out for you. But thanks a lot. Keep rocking, and always stop at that yard sale. Turn around, check it out, ask about records, ask about CDs, whatever you're into. Thanks a lot. Keep rocking. I really appreciate all the subs. Hope everyone's doing well. And I want to thank everyone again for checking this segment out. Talk to you later. Ciao.